So there is thunder and lightning echoing around tonight. Yet despite this, it is very warm. And I need an air conditioner on to function. So I can only describe the situation as ominous. Also, the lighting situation in here fascinates me because I wouldn't call it that off. Like, that curtain is correct. The wall is a slightly different colour on the screen as it is. The poster is fine. But this, I swear to God, is a green shirt. Showing up very blue on the camera. I suppose it's arguable as green-blue, but I certainly see closer to the green than the blue in the real world, and closer to blue than green on the fake world. But greetings, my excellent friends. We have some Baldur's Gate 3 to play. Well, last we left off, I don't even think we put Karlach in our party. I think we just had the intro conversation with her and then immediately saved and quit. But she has an actionable quest for us. She wants us to go attack these paladins that are hunting her. And I'm a little confused because, as far as I can remember, she said there were paladins of Tyr, and Tyr is like one of the good ones, I think. Tyr is a representative good guy. But they're hunting her on behalf of devils? I don't know if I quite got that story beat right, but it sounded very much like a cadre of good guys had been hired by some not so. But hey, moral ambiguity is good. You know, we like that. And just because the paladins are necessarily, you know, representatives of a good god does not make them good paladins. Payday 3 is an update pending. That's good. I think the update's either happening today or in the next few. Certainly they had maintenance today. I'll take a look at that when I'm finished. But we'll stream Payday on Friday. There'll be a brand new heist that progresses the story, unlike the ones that came out 2 weeks ago that were refurbished, remastered legacy heists. So Baldur's Gate 3 yet again will be 2 days. I think next week maybe would be the first chance we'd have it a three Baldur's Gate streams in a week, but I don't know, we'll see how that goes. I might decide to do more Payday if I really like this update. At least this Tuesday we have a working game.
I never affiliate with anyone who isn't prepared to drown me in money.
HTF, have I been here for 4 years?
Well, the interesting thing is it's December 23, right? So 1 year to 22, 2 years to 21, 3 years to 20, 4 years to 2019. You were around for TOL. December 2019, exactly 4 years ago, is when I stopped streaming TOL. So maybe that was the month that you decided to sub, or maybe the first months of sub were less consistent, I don't know. Or maybe there was a gap somewhere in the middle. That happens with some people. If they fall off for a while and come back later, they might have a streak that's far shorter than their overall time. I don't know. But if you have an unbroken 48 months and nothing beforehand, that means that throughout the entire TOL era, you were still there. So you have been here maybe 5, but we can't tell exactly. I'm not trying to analyze how much money you've given me. I'm trying to analyze how long you've actually been here. In terms of support, you have given an unfathomable amount. But, yeah, I don't know for sure, but yeah, it's been 4 years since I was regularly playing TOL, which is sobering. 46-month streak, so all but 2 of them. Yeah, if you were around in the TOL days, you probably caught a Keefe gift sub at some point, because he used to give them in, like, giant doses. Interestingly enough, I'm pretty sure he's still subbed, even though he hasn't been here in 4 years himself. Which is nice. There are a few like that, where, like, I can see my current subscribers and I'm like, you've not been here in so long, I barely remember you, but you're still paying me $5 a month. I only assume out of some kind of legacy kindness. Or a recurring payment that you've forgotten to disable. We'll see. Who was your most watched? I don't know how... Well, I suppose in terms of raw hours, it could be me, but, like, I'm not that... Because I'd assume that the difference between me, Kiko, and Rizolka would be how often we're streaming. Because as far as I can understand it, unless there's a very, like... unless we're streaming something you specifically can't afford to look at, or you're not well or something, you tend to be lurking, even if we're all online at the same time. Which I do appreciate. It's a good way to support someone non-financially, is by leaving the stream running. Regardless of whether you're lurking, paying full attention, or whatever. But, interesting. Because, yeah, no, I would assume that the amount of time you spent watching, the 3 of us at least, if not others as well, is more related to how often we're live than your preferences, because I know that you just tend to hyper-support that way. Yeah, 5 in total, okay. And I know 3 of those, including myself, so it's the other 2 where I'm not familiar with their... And I think I've said before that the reason why you're not a mod here is almost out of courtesy from me to you, because it's like... The last time I added a mod, I think I
never
added
affiliate with anyone who isn't prepared to drown me in money.
Nice.
Honey, is that a suggestion? I mean, thank you for the resub, Mew. I appreciate it, and you. Yeah, the last time I was like, I need a new mod here.
Can't slow down.
I think Sweet. I think Sweet is the person we modded. The other one I was thinking of was David Dragon. I was like, at the end of the day, they're both sensible choices, but one of them is more overworked. So I'll just let her hang out. Anyway, Will has an exclamation mark, and the reason for that is because we just recruited Karlak, and he would like to react to that. Thank you very much. Depends on who you are, Mew. Some mods feel compelled to actually use the sword, others just have it. Demon Dragon is someone who would consider it a responsibility. I know you didn't, dear. I know. Yeah, that was the top clip of my year, apparently. Though I don't exactly throw clips around a lot. I think I may have shared that one on the Shadow Tactics page or something. Everybody's a little hurt. I think that's from jumping off of cliffs. But yeah, we acquired Karlak, but we didn't actually go to camp to swap her in and swap Will out because of two reasons. One, I wanted to come back to this cave to make sure I didn't forget it, because one thing I've noticed about this game's map that I thoroughly dislike is that the map does not record entrances and scene transitions and stuff unless you're right up against them, and even then it doesn't show that there's an entrance here. But like all the little yeah, it's a weirdly useless map. I don't understand how a CRPG of this caliber and renown can have such a bare bones map. You get your fast travel points, you get your quest markers, and everything else will only show up on proximity. I don't understand. Like, I just need to remember that there's a cave entrance over here, right? I need to remember that there's a tiefling hideout over here. I need to remember that Zevlor's over here. It's very silly. So who have I... No one! I'm still very early. As for whether or not I will be banging Karlak, I mean... I will say she has a better chance than most of the others I've met. But we only just met. And I need to get her in my party. So the first thing we need to do is talk to Will, and then go to camp so that we can sort that out.
You've been witness to a pantomime, I'm sorry to say. And I've played my part all too poorly.
Someone set you on Karlak's tail. I'd like to know who this source of yours is, Warlock.
I can say only this. Karlak's not the only one who's had a villain's knife held to their throats.
What's that supposed to mean?
The truth will out before you know it. One night soon when we make camp, the veil will be lifted, and I'll pay my penance.
So you're saying I need to have a nap in order to find out what the fuck just happened with you? Okay. Should I be worried about penance? I've never played Final Fantasy X's endgame to its natural conclusion, but my understanding of penance is that it's very long, boring, and full of HP.
You're not in any danger, I promise.
But are you?
I can't say the same about me.
Mm-hmm. Is this where you mentioned that there's a legitimate sex percent speed run and that the current record is 2 minutes and 21 seconds? Wouldn't surprise me. So, who, like, something like that, there'd be a specific character, right? Who's, like, been determined to be the fastest one you can bang. Yes, we stopped at this location because we wanted to explore the owl bear, which doesn't seem to be quest-related at all, but it's a logical conclusion to the dead man over here, or the dying man, where they got attacked by an owlbear, and this is the owlbear's cave, and you can see the footprints. There might be questy stuff in there, but we don't have any reason to go in there other than because we want to. Right, so our objective for Will's quest is literally have a sleep. We'll do the owlbear cave at least first, but the thing is, you could have a long rest without spending all the supplies if you wanted to advance the story beat, so I could actually just, you know, do that if I wanted. But let's just go to camp for now. Lae'zel and Astarion were both the fastest to outright tell me, let's fuck. You did not accept. No, you were waiting for Shadowheart. Slightly... I don't know if the camp looks different or if it's just because of daytime. But there's Karlak. Let's go to Will first, because we need to get her space freed up, which means tell him to go. Gale, do you have anything new to say? I always talk to everybody just in case they have something new to say. We weren't waiting for anyone, she just made a less blunt offer.
A devil and devil hunter standing shoulder to shoulder against a common enemy. Rather poetic, I think.
Right, that's just you recruited a new person, one
I'd like some
sentence
time to
reaction.
talk.
Well met. Are you sure? The blade stands at the ready. And just when things were warming up.
Sorry, mate, you're not interesting enough. Speak.
Karlak's got the brawn of a warrior and the wiles of a survivor. Best of all, she speaks her mind plainly and fully. Show her due respect.
Holy fuck, you actually like someone?
I thought we were going to see some real sparks fly between Will and Karlak. It's almost a pity things ended so amicably. Seeing those two duke it out would be fun.
She does stand out a bit, doesn't she?
Karlak and Will seem to have put their differences aside. I thought it was going to come to blows for a moment.
Still find it interesting that she's the only one who has this extra option.
Fine. What's on your mind?
And then all it is, you know, what's our approval rating? Why does she have that and no one else does? Might want to get the good sword from Lae'zel if we're giving it to Karlak. Did I not put the good sword in my own inventory for that purpose? Yes, I did. Oh, but I have so much yet.
What's the story?
Apparently that's for me to ask you. How did you end up fighting in the Blood War?
Trust me, I'll tell you all about it after we take care of the goons on my tail.
What's the best way to kill a devil?
Depends on the type. Ice devils hate an inferno, but that's an easy one. Orthons love projectiles. What they don't love is getting their bombs lobbed right back in their faces. Demons, on the other hand, every demon is absolutely singular. You can't ever think you've got them typed out. Sharp instincts, sharp weapons, and a knack for improvisation. That's the only way to survive them. Anyway, what were we talking about?
No, please keep going. This isn't where I thought I'd end up. How about you?
Funny you should ask. I was just thinking about what would have become of us without that Nautiloid. I mean, I know where I'd be. Trapped in Avernus still, with the Blade of Frontiers on my tail. But what about you?
What happens to you if you go for a swim? Do you start evaporating the water around you, or does it start to win? The companion isn't active. Do you mean the extension? Should be. It says it is. Refresh? Where would I be? Yeah, I'd probably be off doing a different CRPG.
I can picture you getting mixed up in some outrageous shit. Giants, beholders, Thayans, the works.
We did just
Maybe
meet.
once we've wrapped up the current shenanigans, we'll rest a bit and find some new heap of troubles to throw ourselves at.
That was awfully familiar. We've known each other 2 minutes.
Yeah?
What do you know about the city of El Terrell falling into hell?
Wasn't all that long ago. I never knew the whole of how and why, but I remember the devil slavering with delight. I should have looked after the Elterans more. Gone out of my way to make sure they were all right. The long and short of it was, I didn't want to risk my neck.
It's fair enough. It's a very pretty
get
neck.
on with the nightmare, same as I had to. But Avernus is no place for decent folk. I'm glad they got out. So glad.
Right, those paladins.
Yeah, let's go straight there. Whatever those fucks are getting up to, it's nothing good.
Owlbear
Just
first.
to say, by the way, they're not really paladins. Lackeys of the Archdevil playing dress-up as paladins of Tyr. No honour among devils.
That would explain that quite a bit. Alright, go.
Fuck yes.
There she is. Level 1 barbarian, of
I'd
course.
love to, thanks.
She's got a crossbow. Unarmored defense, that's a barbarian thing. When you don't wear armor, your armor class just sort of goes up. Just pure. She's an outlander. Proficiency in athletics and survival. Is that because tiefling? Is that like me? She's got the hellish resistance. One would fucking hope that she does not take damage from fire. Neutral, yeah, it's pretty low. We're gonna need to fix that. We're gonna need to butter this one up quite a bit. Zariel tiefling. What am I again? I'm an Asmodeus? Yeah, I'm an Asmodeus tiefling. Strength 17. Alright, leveling her up. You sense when things aren't as they should be. Advantage on dex saving throws against trap spells and surfaces. She also gets the famous, world-renowned, reckless attack, which gives you advantage on all of your hits, but also gives them advantage against you. Is it a good ability? It is when your enemy's about to die. It also is when you feel healthy enough to take whatever the hell's going to come at you. But you don't just automatically use it, because it has a big drawback. Pretty simple level up there, though. Health goes up to 32. We get an additional rage charge, and she learns Speak with Animals. Is that because of the subclass? Yes. Okay. She gains the spell Legacy of Avernus Searing Smite, level 1 evocation. That sounds more like a Karlach thing than a barbarian thing. But I think it's the Zariel tiefling, yeah. Deal an extra 2 to 12, 5. It's a pretty solid bonus action burn there. Wild Heart is your attunement with nature, and its beasts inspires your rage, empowering you with supernatural might. You get the Speak with Animals spell, and you get the Bestial Heart passive, which is... well, it's any one of 5 things. Alternatively, she could be a Berserker. Violence is both a means and an end. You follow a path of untrammeled fury, slick with blood as you thrill in the chaos of battle, heedless of your own well-being. This lets you turn rage into frenzied rage, which is better. I think it makes you, like, really tired when it ends or something. You can't do spells at all, which goes against that, but that's a race bonus anyway. As a bonus action, make a melee attack with your weapon. Pick up an item or creature and throw it at a target, dealing additional damage and knocking it prone. Sounds a little entertaining. That's true, yeah. Barbarians also have that physical damage buffer. It depends on what you're being attacked with in the end. And then there's wild magic, which is weird because I thought that was is Wild Heart the one with totems? I'm trying to remember the actual barbarian subclasses because these names seem a little different from what I'm familiar with. The wild influence of magic is transformed. It's fusing with an arcane power. So this is basically spell barbarian? That doesn't sound right at all. No, it's... You don't have spells, you have basically a wild magic effect. That is... Okay, wild magic is funny. It is funny. But... it can be dangerous. Anyone within range adds their proficiency bonus to saving throws against spells. Like a magical defense. Wild Heart is Path of the Totem Warrior. There you go, yeah. I looked up a bit, like... Because what I was reading was basically Barbarian in this game is alright, but Fighter is better, and a lot of people like to dual class her when she gets like level 5 or so, give her some fighter levels. Basically, I think Barbarian 8, Fighter 4 is like a very strong Karlach. I think I will do that. But this question of Berserker versus Wild Heart. What are the hearts? What do they do? While raging, you can use Unrelenting Ferocity and have resistance to everything except Psychic. So that's especially... it seems like this is especially tanky, whereas Berserker is especially damaging. Maybe. Eagle Heart is Diving Strike. Foes also have disadvantage on opportunity attacks against you. You can dash around. Elk. Movement speed. Raging. Sorry, Tiger Heart. While raging, you can use Tiger's Bloodlust. You can jump further. And Wolf Heart, Howl, Inciting Howl. Your allies have advantage on melee attack rolls against enemies that are near you. Berserker is definitely the most straightforward one as it is understood. And Rage Throw is stupid and you love it. Karlach would... Well, we'll see what we'll be making later. You do like the option of Yeet the Corpse. Yeah, you can pick up an item or a creature and just chuck... It's chuck it at things, the character. And I think there's something else you can add to your build later for even more chucking at things. It's called Tavern Brawler. I like Wild Heart, but I think Berserker is funnier, and I think I'm like obliged to lean towards funnier in a stream run. It also seems to fit her, although they did default to Wild Heart. I don't know how like necessarily she's still moving. I'm not telling her to anymore. I don't know how necessarily canon the subclass that they default to when you level them up is. Like, Astarion defaulted to Arcane Trickster, Lae'zel to Eldritch Knight, to her to Wildheart. With Shadowheart, it's fairly simple because she, gets it at level 1, therefore she's already a Trickery Domain Cleric all the time, but for everybody else, it's like a suggestion more than a call from on high. Ever give me the option to beat a dude with another dude? Blue Moon, have you played the Yakuza games? There are a few heat actions in those games, which are basically improvised weapon that guy. Let's go with Berserker. It's not a Baldur's Gate game without a Berserker. How do I get...
What a charmer.
Hang on. There, yeah, I wanted her close up, basically. She's got a scroll of Revivify, 2 potions of healing. The usual. She has a light crossbow, which is also the usual, and she has a great axe. And her camp outfit is not that different from her everything else outfit. Barbarian clothes. Her AC is only 13.
What's next, I wonder?
Alright. What now?
That isn't very good, but, like, I don't know that giving her armor...
What's the story?
is that great an idea.
Can't afford to stay idle.
Oh, I could go for a good meal.
It's supposed to, like, be balanced by the fact that when she's raging, she takes half damage anyway.
No one stopped me yet.
So... sword.
Come on, let's go.
It's a great sword that is on fire. Is that not perfect for you, lady? The AC is part of why you preferred Lae'zel in combat. You found some gear to tweak Karlach's AC up, but you always felt squishier to you anyway. Well, I think, yeah, barbarians compensate for that. Like, them having a lower armor class and being easier to get hit than other classes is compensated for by the rage damage modifier, and the fact that their HP, like, they're a HP tank, not an armor tank. Like, that's how the class works compared to fighter. It's like, you know, 32 is a lot. That's more than Lae'zel has. Start to make healing potions now too, by the way. I'd be interesting if they don't have like they don't have Phoenix Downs, do they? Like rezzing is a domain of magic, I believe. I should finish making these. There. I really should just automatically make those, because like you don't need the bits for anything else. You just put them together into a suspension, extract, dash, whatever. 32 and... yeah, maybe it's that she feels squishy, but that doesn't mean that she is squishy.
No time to
That
rest.
could be a factor. She can also carry way more than us, which means we might actually end up giving her the book pack eventually, because like I am... it's 17 pounds of books. We've also got this locket, which lets someone cast light. I don't know that we need that on anybody at all, but we can...
Someone there?
we can still give it to someone so that they can have something in the slot.
Well, well, well.
Shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting times. Swift as my feet can carry me.
Alright, there we go. She ends up having her health numbers turn into danger colors while still having 100 HP. Because it's like percentage of your total and not reflective of the actual level of danger you're in. Yeah. Alright, let's go into the Owlbear Cave. How you feeling?
Hey, soldier.
Oh, I'm a soldier, am I? What's her, inspiration-y thing? How do I...
It's a friendly-looking shadow.
Outlander, right. Okay. She's the hero from Star Wars The Old Republic. It is weird to me that Soldier doesn't have Lae'zel's name, and also Gale's isn't there. But Will's is. Also, that ain't me. I don't know who that is, but it isn't me. Is it supposed to be me? You would think. Yeah, so Karlak wants us to confront the paladins. We could go up there and do that before we do more. Just to make sure that her business is concluded, but
Don't waste a step.
one thing I wanted to do was free the goblin.
Let's see what this does.
Owlbear Nest. I assume this isn't going to be a huge area, but we'll see. There's an eviscerated goblin.
That stench. Dead owlbear prey, no doubt.
Might as well give Karlak the clothes, because the robe is an upgrade. Is it? I don't think so. Resistance to cold. But doesn't that get rid of her unarmored defense? She looks fucking stupid. I don't know. That feels a little... For aesthetic reasons, I object.
Looking ahead.
Anyway, I want to see if this guy talks and tells me about what it's like to get ripped up by an owlbear.
The corpse has nothing to say.
Fuck you, corpse. Just for that, I'm taking your money. Why do you have stone in your inventory? It's only worth $1, but there's another one over there.
Another step forward.
If we encounter an enemy that deals ice damage... That's interesting. The war between Selûne and Shah and a potion of animal speaking. I've got all of my stuff on, yeah. How is my, Yeah, Shadowheart still trusts me even though I tried to read her mind. I feel a little bad about that. I mean, the intention was not to fail the roll. Whoa, that's a lot of HP, but you're distressed.
You feel the quake of its heavy footsteps before you see it. An owlbear, its beaked face looming out of the darkness.
What's this? Something weak, something tender. Won't even have to chew you before I feed you to my son. Soft meat.
You're injured. There's still half a spear lodged in your head.
It's a splinter. I've gutted bigger threats than you with worse.
I mean, I kind of want to just... God, now see, this is awkward, because now that we're talking to her... Have you considered eating fewer people? Just as an idea. Because ostensibly I am doing a service to the people who don't like to get eaten club, which I'm pretty sure consists of everybody, by removing a local giant monster threat. But oh, this is a kick in the morals. It's like, do I bother? Like, I don't know about allow me to leave, let me go. Like, I kind of want to loot your home. But also, we're having a conversation. True, true, true. You have been focusing on bad people, but I don't know about that. Funnily enough, we can't trade with the owlbear. Alright, well, no bonuses. No bonuses. If we fail and she attacks me, I'm absolved. We didn't fail. Damn my silver tongue.
You're small, weak. Killing you would be a waste of time. You can go, but you make one wrong step and I'll rip you to shreds.
Outlander, a mother's fury, Karlach is inspired. So Karlach and Shadowheart both liked that. Triumph over the mother owlbear? There you go. What if we threw a healing word at her? Would that create a... I'd like to have a conversation with the cub if I could, but there doesn't seem to be a talk option. Well, presumably she doesn't care about the chest and stuff, so... 40 camp, there's an entire fucking long rest in there. Nice. Also climb up that. I'm gonna go further into the nest and see if that gets us killed. Well, not killed, but you know what I mean.
What's inside?
Oh, that's a fight, but like, that was loot. That was good loot. There was like armor there. I'm not attacking the cub. Maybe a stealth maneuver. One friend who streamed this game when it first released played a small character, and there's a small only entrance up the top of the cave. They stumbled into the cave, saw the owlbear, and ran away! That is an appropriate response to an owlbear sighting, yes.
Delicious. Ready or not. Stepping softly. One step at a time.
Oh, fuck off, Dark Vision.
Let's prowl.
Got it. And was then immediately seen, but what is it? I think it's about proximity to the egg. So the pork loin is worth 5 camp supplies. I think we can skip that. Oh, but the owlbear egg is an entire long Woo! That's a fucking valuable baby. God, you could sell that baby for a lot of money. Or you could eat that baby for a lot of health and restoration. You are fucking lucky that I am on camera and thus have to subscribe to a certain moral standard for the sake of my reputation. Was that the quiet part out loud? You've been keeping the egg safe. What's the point of taking it if you... Like, did you fail? Did you have to, like, were you stuck killing the owlbear or something? Because, like... Realistically speaking, I just wanted the armor. We can live without the other shit. Because, yeah, I think combat is because we're getting too close to the nest. And, yeah, it's literally just camp supplies other than that armor. So what did we pick up? We picked up the Oak Father's Embrace, which is uncommon medium armor. So, not for Astarion. I don't actually know that we have a medium armor. Well, it might be Shadowheart, actually. But I think hers is better. Christ alive. You walked in, did not see or realize the baby, fought the owlbear, then reloaded and left the cave after you learned that you had created an orphan. Fair. Karlak can wear this. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out if there is, like, a downside to giving her armor yet or not. I don't, like... Just keeping an eye on that. And I need to blow my nose, so I'll be back in a second. Here's the thing, though. Order of Nature, undead creatures that hit the wearer take 1 to 6 radiant damage. Beasts that hit the wearer deal an additional 1 to 6 radiant damage. So you're not supposed to fight animals while wearing this. It will hurt. The thing about her putting it on Shadowheart is that she's got Scale Mail, which gives her AC 14, whereas this is worth 13.
Damn, it's good to be alive.
This on her, it would up her AC by 1. So unarmored defense says that wearing heavy armor impedes all of the positive effects of your rage. So that to me means that medium armor is okay, and there's no in this instance the AC 14 is better than the AC 13. There's no downside. Except for the downside of if she gets attacked by beasts.
Still breathing, despite everything. With haste.
Oh, you could drop that stalactite on the owlbear. Whoa! Right, so we're not allowed to be up here either, are we? That must be the small person entrance, right?
No choice but to keep going.
Not a chance. I'll fit in there.
Yeah, okay. For some reason we don't have a bonus action. Can't say I know why.
Time to press ahead.
Oh, because the jump counted as combat. Right, the combat started before I moved, or as I moved, or something like that? Anyway. Well, there's nothing up here, which is my reason for exploring, so we'll go back now. It is unfortunately quite finicky. But we'll get away from the owlbear now, we'll let her live. Not healing her, though. Unless that does something. It might do something. Like, what if it got her friendlier?
At least things have stayed interesting.
Fine. See if it helps.
Healed, but she doesn't look much happier.
Yeah, I didn't fucking think so.
Seems like a good moment to talk.
I warned you, soft meat. You don't listen.
I just healed you. Wow! Not a creature of gratitude.
Tread lightly.
Still alive. So that's progress.
Alright,
Moving in.
we can jump along here to skip the owlbear of it all.
Hey, a shrine.
Yeah.
The lunar statue in a stinking cave. Hardly a place of honor.
Hey, a shrine. 4 failed religion checks. That's about all we bloody know about it, hey. Go on, Karlak. Dazzle us with your arcana knowledge. Alright. That's not good. There's a potion of healing, I'll have that. Really, there's just a lot of things. A dusty volume that speaks of the conflict between the sibling goddesses Selûne and Shar after Selûne ignited the sun and brought life-sustaining light and warmth to the universe. It isn't a real book because we can't read it, but it's still going in my book bag. Now, what the fuck is going to happen here? This chest is glowing. Let's look at it first before we start fucking with items. Ah!
This thing won't yield its contents easily.
What? Well, it could do with the fact that we all fucking failed our checks, including the cleric! Is it gonna do that again? Sure is. A member of your adventuring party has died. You could tell I didn't intend to keep that save, right? This is where something of the tune of Dispel Magic would help.
Careful, I might.
Whether we could go to Gale and have him...
Is that blood? No, never mind.
But I don't think we have the levels for that yet. We have lots of random scrolls though, don't we?
Trust no.
No time to dally.
Doesn't like being picked up.
All's well that ends. Well, not as bad as it could have.
What have we got here? It is resistance to piercing and bludgeoning attacks, but oh no, it's vulnerable to bludgeoning. Deals 4 to 24 radiant damage to any heretics that touch it. Only a hit that deals 22 damage can damage it. The scroll is of Detect Thoughts. I can't detect thoughts the chest. Glass chalice. It has the same features as the chest. For some reason. So does the potion. Shadowheart could use shatter on it? I'm just wondering if it's got something to do with all these items. What if I broke the chalice? And yes, the incense is valuable, but...
Need to find a way forward.
That's curious.
Hello? Selûnite prayer sheet. The answers could be over here. First, we have a book, The Genesis of Selûne and Shar. Could you get out of the way, Shadowheart? An ancient tome detailing how Selûne came into being along with her sister Shar. The silver radiant Selûne and the dark alluring Shar complemented each other and brought an orderly distinction between light and dark in the universe. I feel like those are probably hints, but I don't know how. A prayer dedicated to Selûne, imploring all to accept the Moon Maiden's blessings and share...
A prayer sheet. What's this symbol on it?
Bounty. And I think this will take us back to the owlbears area, so let me just save.
Owlbear eggshells. An unhatched one would fetch quite a price.
Yeah. It would also be incredibly rude. You know what would be funny? Throwing this at the owlbear. I think it would hurt us to touch it, but still. What if you grabbed your mage hand and threw it at the owlbear? Because weirdly, the mage hand cannot pick up an item, but it can fucking chuck an item. Well, you literally said that it doesn't like being picked up, so why would I do that? Can I use this in any way? Custom? Oh, add to hotbar.
Chest unlocked. My prayers are answered.
Recover Saloon's lost treasure through prayer. Is it because of where we stood? I opened the prayer and read it while there. How do I remove it from the hotbar? Now that it's here forever.
You should leave it, or even destroy it if possible.
Hey, you're the one who got inspired by this. Why?
This rubbish is an offering to Selûne. At best, it's worthless. At worst, who knows? Could be cursed. Do not trifle with that moon witch, or her trinkets. Only trouble will follow.
Why do you care so much? Stunningly, I can't get her get her guidance on this one. Shit! Got 4 inspiration to use to roll again. You'd need a bloody high one. It's likely to be a waste.
Because we've enough troubles and burdens as it is. Common sense, that's all.
There's more. Use your parasite and enter her thoughts. Look for what she's... We just keep fucking invading her privacy. We can't just abandon resources that we might need. Be sensible. +7. 10 difficulty. We're likely to get this. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we got this.
Fine. Perhaps you can sell them for a couple of coins. It hurts.
Mysterious Sharon wound. Let's see, we get a Moondrop Pendant. Writhing Dance. When the wearer has less than half health, they don't provoke attacks of opportunity. That'd be a good one. There's an Idol of Saloon, a Bloodstone, a Silver Necklace, and a Selûnite Rite. This tome describes the ancient initiation rites observed by some who worshipped the moon goddess Selûne. When a youngster came of age, they would be left to fend for themselves deep in the wilds. There they would show their skills of navigation and self-reliance, as well as their determination to return to the Moon Maiden's silvery glow. Once they found their way back to their people, their faith and standing as a follower of Selûne would be beyond any doubt. Shadowheart, do you want a necklace?
Wits and blades, always sharp.
Do you like it? It's for you.
No one back home will ever believe this.
No, actually, it's a good one to give to Karlak because provoking opportunity attacks is something that a person who goes into melee range a lot is more likely to do.
I've got a long road ahead.
All's well, I hope, aside from the obvious.
There's something you're not telling me. I'm sure of it.
I don't know what you mean.
You reacted unusually when we found the Selune shrine in the cave.
It's nothing, really.
We have to be honest with each other. What is it you're keeping from me? She don't want to talk. All right. Yay or nay? We could. Leave the mind control for people you won't have to deal with on the regular. It's not mind control. It's smoothening. We won't. We'll be nice. Oh, he did it anyway.
You're not going to let this go, are you? You might wish you had. I worship Shah, the mistress of the night. It is my holy mission to oppose Selûne, her teachings and her followers. It hurts. Now that you have the truth, please don't make a big fuss about it.
You could have told me. How long were you going to keep this secret?
Forever, ideally. And you assume too much about what I can and cannot tell. Secrecy is everything for Shah's children. It is our code, our creed, our shield. I even keep secrets from myself. I had my memories suppressed, so that nothing I know could be used against the Dark Lady. Once I prove myself, my memories will be restored. I'm not sorry I kept this from you. Not one bit. Though, perhaps that might change, if you can show an open mind.
I can't trust you. Fuck off. Thank you for telling me.
Don't thank me. I'm breaking Lady Shah's teachings just by doing so. But sometimes you have to be practical.
Why were you in pain before?
The wound on my hand. It never quite heals. And sometimes it causes terrible pain to rip through me. It's my burden, though, from Lady Shah. I can feel her influence somehow.
It's funny how we're getting all of this plot development and conversation from her out of a side encounter in a cave that has no quest relation. I would assume that these conversations have a few triggers. Basically anything that... once she starts talking to you about Shar, you can ask her these questions, no matter who you are or where you are in the story. We just happen to have gotten it from this. And if you don't get it early, the plot and the development of her personal quest will take you and her there, regardless of whether she wants to go or not. Especially with the difficulty threshold being that high, chances are pretty good most people who aren't playing charisma characters won't have these 5 dialogue options right now. Why would Shar subject you to such a thing?
I cannot say. Not with what I can recall. But even then, it would not be for me to question her will. Lady Shar has her reasons.
Why does she look so short at the minute? Is it just because we're standing on an uneven ground? Like, I'm not that much taller than her, am I? What causes it to hurt you?
It's difficult to say. Sometimes I wonder if it's supposed to be guiding me, punishing me, testing me. But perhaps it's none of those. Perhaps it's completely random. I'd like to hope there's more to it than that. Some meaning that Lady Shar will reveal to me when the time is right. Until then, all I can do is endure.
In enduring, grow strong. How can you manage living with such a thing?
It's less difficult than you might imagine when you can't remember life without it. Pain is sacred to followers of Lady Shar. Pain will give way to loss and then to the peace of her eternal darkness. You can tolerate a great deal of suffering so long as it has meaning.
So you knew more than you were letting on before. I hope you'll be more honest in future.
I'll try my best. But secrecy is ingrained in me. Lady Shar considers it greater protection than any shield or armor.
I want to talk about Shar worship. Is that where we've just been, or...?
I'm sure you do. But please try to understand that it's not something I can just talk about freely.
I don't have problems with your religious alignment, if that's what concerns you. Yeah, thankfully we got bonuses out the arse.
Very well. Perhaps there's potential in you. Let's see how you handle this. I am indeed a disciple of Shar. Mistress of the Night and Lady of Loss. I assume you've heard of her?
Remind me.
My Lady Shar is the Night Singer, the patron of darkness and loss.
Sounds like a miserable realm of influence for a deity to hold. I have to say that.
Huh. Only if you lack foresight and imagination. Most fear the dark, like children, because in darkness they see their fears reflected. But Shar teaches us to step beyond fear, beyond loss. In darkness, we do not hide. We act. Pain, hope, the promise of better days. All of these are heavy cloaks that bend our backs and burden our hearts. We shed those cloaks. Before Shar, we stand gloriously naked, beyond the vanities of mortals.
How exactly do Shar worshippers turn people to their goddess?
We tear down the lies the world is drunk on. The institutions they trust, the so-called gods they worship, the lives they cling to. We destroy false idols, topple corrupt organizations, fight heretics wherever they're found. There's often suffering, death even. Many people break before they embrace Shar's truths.
Well, I won't cast judgment on your very weird beliefs.
Curious. Most are afraid of my lady. I think I did well by joining you. Most agreeable company.
Gee, I wonder what that line's implying. I can't help but feel you and I might have missed a chance to connect. Truly connect. No. I do want to get to know her more, but, like, not in that way.
You already know my biggest secrets. What more can you ask?
I don't know. Dialogue was there. What drew you to Shar?
She took me in when no one else would. Without her, I wouldn't be alive. She's my mother. She nurtures me, cares for me, loves me. Don't believe the lies the Selûnites tell.
Honestly, Mew, the reason why is because she has been listed as the most popular romance in the game, and I have a distinct aversion to going with the most popular choice. I'm not kidding, that's... If she was an outside choice, I would be more interested. But... I'm allergic to the mainstream. No, that and, she's the first person I'd swap out of the party if a party member comes along that I really wanted to keep. Even though she's the healer. Because I already heal. Astarion wouldn't be mainstream? No, and we'll see, you know? He might seduce me. Hard to say. Tell me something about yourself besides Shar, besides tadpoles.
What? Besides my life's calling and the greatest problem I've ever faced? Well, I like night orchids and can't swim. Is that the sort of thing you meant?
Yes. You've flown between the planes of existence, but you've never been swimming.
It's nothing to laugh at. Save your questions if that's how you're going to react.
Anything else?
No. I can't. Quite literally, I mean. With my memory suppressed, I can't betray Shar's secrets. But I can't remember much of myself either.
That's awfully protagonistic of you.
If I manage to return to Baldur's Gate and fulfill Shar's mission, then my memories will be restored.
I haven't long slept since leaving Emerald Grove. You've had your memories suppressed. That seems extreme.
Of course. It is an act of faith, not to be undertaken lightly. Shar will reward me when I succeed. Fine. What's on your mind?
How am I holding up?
Does it even need to be asked? We're beyond me merely liking you. I think I'm a different person, owing to you.
Okay, that was pretty fucking extreme. We just had one conversation where most of what you said to me was in, like, a decent degree of guarded irritation, so I don't know, I feel like the numbers game there and the balancing is a little off, but okay. That's it. Like, where is her approval at now? Good. We're at good. So on paper, we're good, but when asked directly, she reckons I've changed her life. That does seem like it needs a tweak. The way she's talking, like, the relationship should be there. No, I was warned about that. I was warned that, like, the entire party will come onto you. But that doesn't mean you have to accept, like, I don't know what the situation is if you go for more than one person, but I assume they're not going to be happy with it. Anyway, now that I know that none of these are related to some kind of puzzle, I'm just going to yoink them all. The chalice is worth $1. It can stay. Sort by type? Yeah, that'll do. Certain members of the party are more polyamorous than others. Okay. That's cool.
Moving ahead.
But I wouldn't necessarily know how to deal with that safely. Certainly at the moment, all I know, the only one that those options have crept up with are Shadowheart, and I'm pretty firm on the idea that I'm not going to pursue Shadowheart. Like, that one at least.
Here we go.
I'd sort of decided early on. Like, she does seem like the...
Biting flies. Midges. Ugh. Shouldn't nature be beautiful and serene? It looks so nice in the upper city parts.
Upper City, huh? Swish. Never spent much time there myself.
I'll happily take you, if we survive this bug's banquet.
Sounds good. I've always been curious what a patriarch looks like.
Right then, let's sleep. Oh, shit. Cutscene.
Hellsfire. She's coming.
Hello.
Well, you've been naughty. And you know what happens when you're naughty.
Gods damn it. Anyone but her.
Oh, never mind, we don't like her. Can I say it? Look. Goddamn devil, get out of my head. How fucking hypocritical is that with my horns, by the way? Well, a lot of people are voting. Boo hiss Mizora. Just who in the nine hells are you? No, I think we're going to say this because that was my reaction. I have to do my reaction, even if it's going to make Karlach and Will angry.
You flatterer. Why, if I had a warm heart, I'm sure it would be skipping. Call me Mizora. I'm Will's patron, the fount of his power. My pet's been unruly, and his leash needs a yank. We had a deal, Will. But Karlach's still breathing.
I've taken more pleasant shits than you, Mizora. And at least those can be buried after.
That's no kind of talk for a lady. By the way, Karlach, Zariel sends her regards.
You told me! Devils only! She's a tiefling, not a monster!
How precious. The little pupster's found his bark.
Clause G, Section 9. Target shall be limited to the infernal, the demonic, the heartless, and the soulless.
Which one's she?
Karlach meets the criteria, pet. Trust me on this.
If we kill Karlach now, well, oh, no, you're hot, but you're threatening someone else who is also hot, so fuck you. You better not lay a damned finger on Karlach.
Don't you worry. That ship has long sailed the Styx. But a defiant pup must still pay his price. To wit.
Well, don't call him a twit.
Will burns in the fires of Avernus. The lightning storms of Dis strike his flesh. His soul passes through each layer of the hells, gaining their essence and their torment.
Why does he look like the mysterious figure from the Hildebrand quests? Oh! They really did mean it. Everyone is horny in this game.
That's better.
What the hells have you done?
A promise broken, a price paid. You know the terms.
Get used to the new form, pet. There's no going back. Some magic even I can't undo.
I mean, if you want to get rid of the horns, you could...
Let's see how the frontiers fare without their precious blade.
You could accomplish that with a hatchet.
Keep an eye on him, would you? I'll be keeping mine on you.
On me?
Oh, and Will, don't forget, our pact still stands. Ta-ta.
Well, there's a lot of exclamation marks now. Do people say ta-ta in real life? Yes? I don't know if they do so unironically, but... Hey, Withers, do you comment on what happens at camp?
Fate spins along as it should.
Dost
No,
thou require
you're very boring.
a new ally?
Alright, Karlak, let's speak.
I'll be honest, soldier. I'm reeling. Will hardly knows me, but he chose my life over his. Been a long time since someone stuck their neck out for me like that.
He's a good man. Maybe the best of us.
You can say that again. When he was chasing me through Avernus, I thought he was just another sad merc. How wrong I was. Hey, soldier.
Mizora said you fit the criteria for Will to hunt. What the hell did she mean by that?
Help me kill those paladins of Tyr, and I'll tell you. A bit of good gossip for your good help.
Right. And you and Mizora seem to know each other?
We were both part of Zariel's inner circle. Her by choice, me by force. In the grand scheme of things, I'm inconsequential to Zariel. Sure, I've got the engine, but I wasn't even her strongest fighter.
The engine?
She favored me like a child favors a captive pet. Mizora envied the attention, I suppose. I'm sure when Zariel gave her the order to hunt me down, Mizora was delighted.
Do you think she'll keep coming after you?
I don't know. You'd think she'd have more important things to do. Devils and their pride.
You can see why you were so keen to escape.
No kidding. The fighting, the chaos, the betrayal. It had the makings of a good stage show, but I did not want to be one of the players.
She must have awful fucking heartburn. But yeah, you're right. Even when she's not on fire, her chest is constantly glowing, like, on and off. And that is not normal, even for a tiefling. She has a glowing... Yeah, so she has this glowing thing in her body. Gwambush's theory is that it exists in place of her heart, which is how the Devil's contract managed to allow her to be on the table, because Heartless was included on the list of things that could... Yeah, being a literal sense, not a moral sense.
Shah's blessings upon you.
So to be clear, that is the romance line, right? Like, that is the indicate intent. Because I am skipping it under the assumption that it's that. Well, that's the thing. That's how devils work in the D&D. I really like the devil-demon distinction that D&D's plane system have. It's based on the whole lawful versus chaotic idea, whereas a demon is not just evil, they're chaotic evil, so they're just like mad, rampant murderers with no rules. But a devil is lawful evil, which means they have a strict, regimented, hierarchical society, and that's where you get contracts. And yeah, that's the shit they do. They write the contracts in such a way that their interpretation can trump yours, and they can do things that it didn't appear they would be able to do based on your reading of the words. And generally speaking, you cannot beat them, because whatever information they're keeping from you is the information that that contract is going to take into account. So don't sign.
So, Will did the right thing, and it earned him a set of horns. Let that be a lesson to us all.
Well, see what he thinks about it.
Speak.
Lae'zel could not give the remotest of fucks. Hey there, Willy. Holy Willy.
God's damn her, straight back to the hells.
Yeah,
Just
bad
look
day,
at me.
huh?
I did what was right, and Mizora made me pay for it. I'd be hunting devils and demons, she said. Traitors and hypocrites, heartless evils of all sorts, but not Zariel's victims. Not innocent tieflings.
Warlock pacts tend to be unforgiving from what you know of them. Will was lucky he didn't face a more severe punishment.
You warned me about Raphael, but you're packed into Mizora. Yeah, by the fucking way. That was you gave me a big lecture about me being, I didn't say I was going to take Raphael's deal. What I said was, we need these things out of us, so there's no reason to tell him to fuck off and burn that bridge irrevocably, because, hey, we might burn every other bridge we have. If it's a choice between technically doom and signing a deal with the devil, I'm not saying either option's good. But there are pushed against the wall edge cases in which the devil is better. Far from ideal. So far from ideal that you can't even see ideal from how far below you've descended by the time you get there, but still. We don't burn the bridge until it's safe to burn the bridge. Anyway. The Dragonborn flirted with him by saying horns are hot. What did you expect? She's a devil, hardly a paragon of honesty. Yeah, see, that would be me being hypocritical based on the Raphael conversation. So, God, none of these are really what I want to say. I'll just say the Blade of Frontiers has some explaining to do.
I'll say what I can, but it won't be enough. It's Mizora who grants me the power to conjure armor and cast eldritch blasts. Before I was infected, I could even call hell beasts and summon festering clouds. But I promise you, every thrust of my blade and every flame I sparked was for the good of the coast.
Mm-hmm. What are the terms?
I can't utter the terms or circumstances of the pact. I can tell you most all else, but the pact, I'm forbidden, unless Mizora permits it. But I'll say this. The moment I pacted myself to Mizora, I have not regretted for a heartbeat. It was my proudest deed.
Even
it was
now?
worth the sacrifice. All I can give you on that is my solemn word.
Right, but what about right now?
Well met.
What's it like being a devil?
It's said that anyone who bathes in the river of blood emerges as one born anew. It's a lot like that, I imagine. I feel the weight of these horns on my head, curling upwards like a mammoth's tusks. I feel these ridges snaking down my neck, not to mention a few bumps and prongs in unmentionable places. But I haven't seen my reflection just yet. Be my mirror. What do you see?
A freak of nature. Gods, but you're hideous. Now I see the Blade of Frontiers, no more, no less.
It's because you know the heart lurking under the horns. The people will see a curiosity, maybe even a beast.
Gale with his
their
little
souls.
quest symbol.
But I will slay their monsters, keep them safe, And one day they will see the Blade of Frontiers again.
Maybe you should, like, get rid of the whole pact thing.
A possibility that's kept me awake countless nights. But I don't have a clue where to start, other than play her games and play by the rules. That's the only language devils listen to.
Is there any sort of loophole in the this is a silly thing to ask. Being a tiefling, I won't ask that. Why obey her at all? Why could she? What could she do that's worse than what she already has?
She could kill me, for one. And that's not the worst of it. My contract is very clear. I can bring Mizora no harm.
You can't.
She'll have to let me out of my pact willingly. The only way out is if I can out-bargain her. We're standing here with nothing but the clothes on our backs and the worms in our heads.
We can beat her if we put our worms together.
We can. I'm sure of it. How glad I am that you see me as more than my patron's pet.
Sure.
Well met.
Always a pleasure.
All right, Gale.
Tiring business, isn't it? All this traveling and adventuring. Why don't we take a little break? Allow ourselves a few moments of rest? Gives me a chance to talk to you about something, well, rather important.
The lighting makes you look like you got something in your mouth. But sure, go ahead.
We've been on the road together for a while now, haven't we? Survived some perils, overcame some obstacles. Ever since you were kind enough to free me from that stone, I've seen you demonstrate remarkable guile and courage. The way you diffused the tension between Zevlor and Aradin. The way you stood in front of a crossbow to prevent a murder.
You weren't there for that.
The way you got Korga to release the girl.
You weren't there for that.
The way you got that boy out of a harpy's clutches.
You weren't there for that.
In short, I've grown to trust you.
Are you spying on me? Oh, that's very gratifying to hear.
The reason I make a point of saying this is that I've grown confident enough to tell you something I've yet to tell another living soul, except for my cat. You see, I have this condition.
Oh, God!
Very different from the parasite we share, but just as deadly.
If you're about to tell me that you have herpes, what is it?
The specifics are rather personal, but suffice it to say that it is a malady I've learned to live with, though not without some effort.
You need cream?
What it comes down to is this. Every so often, I need to get my hands on a powerful magical item and absorb the weave inside.
Oh, that sounds really annoying. Wouldn't that ruin the item?
Trust me when I say, the loss of the occasional wizard staff or tome of enchantment is a bargain given the cost of allowing me to deteriorate. It's been days since I last consumed an artifact, since before we were abducted. It's only a matter of time before my craving returns. That is why I turn to you. I need you to help me find magic items to consume. It is vital. Dare I say it? Critical.
Yeah, critical draining of my funds. You're just fishing for loot. Where do you suggest we find magical fucking artifacts?
We've already done the finding. In fact, you have one in your possession.
What?
You know for yourself how hard-won such an item was, and it will be no easier when even more are required to assuage my hunger. There'll be danger involved, or great cost.
Honestly, that sounds terrible. I see no upside to this for me. Yeah, look, I mean, I'm being nice to the companions so far, but this does feel like a con game. Like, I don't know, I get a vibe from that. Like, he's probably telling the truth, but it's just... Why would I do this?
Valid question. If not out of the simple goodness of your heart, then perhaps your own self-interest might be sufficient motivation.
How?
Having a wizard like me around is quite the boon when facing the perils that stalk these lands. It'd be far harder for me to assist you if I could barely stand upright. Please, Trust me. Your help could be the difference between life and death.
Yeah, I'm gonna use my tadpole here. I feel like that isn't. I feel like that's just due diligence.
You become one with Gale's mind, and you can feel something sinister oppressing you. It's inside of you. A mighty darkness radiating from your chest. You could try to push further, but your hold over Gale feels brittle. It won't be easy delving deeper without him noticing.
He's the one who thought Raphael was a smart option. Yeah, what I said. Guy makes poor decisions. Speaking of them, poor decisions, I mean. Woohoo! Woohoo!
You see through Gale's eyes, staring down the corridors of a dread memory. A book, bound, and suddenly opened. Inside there are no pages, only a swirling mass of blackest weave that pounces. Its teeth, its claws, it's unstoppable as it digs through and becomes part of you. And Gods, is it ever hungry?
Keeping me in suspense, are you? Come on, tell me. Do we have an agreement or not?
Yeah, I'm hesitating.
It's a simple question, isn't it? What gives you pause?
We can offer him our help, or we can tell him what we saw. You did not expect what? Success? Well, it's down the middle. I think we tell him, and I think I was leaning towards 2 myself. I think we tell him because at the end of the day, this isn't like Shadowheart where we're prying into her personal, like, business. You know what I mean? Like, we wound up not using Charm Person, we just asked her and let her decide to tell me or not, right? But with this one, he's asking us to make sacrifices for him, and he's not being extremely clear about what's going on. And he tells us how much that he trusts us because of what he's observed from us. But the truth is, we haven't observed much from him at all. The only reason we would have to trust him is because he is a member of our party in a game that ostensibly would not put a traitor or an evil person in the party, right? Like, I don't know that we have in-universe reasons to trust him. Especially not when he's not been part of our battle team. So, yeah, I'm going to tell him what I saw and explain the hesitation.
What? You used that thing against me,
Yep.
and you saw?
Yep.
After I told you?
Yep.
You had no right.
Oh.
None at all. I've a good mind to turn around and depart this little company of ours immediately. I'd rather be alone than spend another moment in the presence of someone inclined to such unjustified invasions of privacy.
Oh well. Be reasonable, Gale. Your condition is unstable, possibly dangerous. I needed to know. See, now! Now there'd be a reason to use that, but again, we won't. We'll save that for people who aren't in the party.
The need remains debatable, but I recognize your responsibility. Perhaps my reaction was a tad volatile, The irony of which is not lost on me, though it needs remain so on you for the time being. I hope that the glimpse you caught of my condition convinced you of the urgency in treating it. Can I count on you to give me the artifacts I need?
You're still sidestepping. We could push him more. I hit save here. I don't know. I feel like roleplay wise, I don't feel like this is a good deal. But I also like game mechanic wise, I feel like I shouldn't interfere with the quest playing out. What happens if we say I'm not sure?
Very well. You're clearly in no mood to be receptive to my request at present. Take whatever time you need to consider. I hope, when the reality of my condition sets in, you may yet be convinced to change your mind.
It'd be hard to notice. I drove my entire party away. I have pissed off no one except him. Although I can't see his approval because he's not in the active party, is he? I made Will very happy in the conversation we had post-Missoura. Lays out its default. Shadowheart thinks I've changed her life for some reason.
What's on your mind?
So we can just go straight to, I think I have something you might be able to use. I mean, what do we have that we would give him? I guess we have magic arrows.
What's on your mind?
What does it actually let us give him? Because if it's something I don't really need, yeah. Which is, if it lets me give him the arrows, but if it wants me to give him some of my gear, no.
Your enterprising approach to my problem is most encouraging. But it is a delicate process to keep my condition stable. I do not yet need to consume an item, but keep it close by.
Oh.
It will not be too much longer.
And then why all the song and dance? But that condition of yours, why does it require magic?
Think of it as tribute. The kind a king might pay to a more powerful neighbor to avoid invasion. As long as I pay, there will be peace. But should I ever stop, along comes a war. I can assure you, the battlefield would extend well beyond the borders of my body alone.
Okay, weirdo. We'll go to bed. And as we go to bed, I'll take my break. I'll actually formalize the rest when I get back, just in case there's more scenes in that. But I need to eat some food. When we come back, hopefully we won't piss off any more party members. But I stand by that, like, Gale's approach there wasn't very good, and that I had decent roleplay reasons to do exactly what the fuck I did. I do. I'll be back. Alright. We have a big chunk of health that we need to get back. We went around to talk to everybody. We had quite a bit of companion development in today's stream. We had a nice chat with Gale where I think we landed on we'll end up giving him magic stuff. I'm not sure what I can give him that works, but I don't know if there's an indicator. Gale can absorb this item's magic, destroying it. Okay, well, he's not allowed to eat my hat. But is there anything else that he can eat that I have? Because if all he can eat is my hat, then he's not going to be bloody eating anything. The potions don't work. I assume the lovely sword does. Yes, we won't be giving him that either. He can eat the robe of summer. Let's move that back to my protagonist, because that's something no one's wearing. So he could eat that if he needs to eat something. He can eat that healing ring, but I think we want to keep that. He can eat the gloves of missile snaring. I don't really want that to be taken away either. He can eat dancing lights. I'd be alright with him eating that. I gave it to Astarion, but it's not really something super good. He can eat the ring of color spray. That might be something else I don't care too much for. He can eat the gloves of power, but I wouldn't let him eat that. He can't eat the drow poison.
Can't give up now.
Well, he can. But he shouldn't, and it won't help. And I think that's it. We'll definitely give him the robe of summer first.
Keep your distance, darling.
I might take this, put it in my inventory as well. Let's have these two available. I don't know how many he eats is the problem, but for now, those two should future-proof it. And like RPG-wise, we will let him eat the items, but I still stand by my verbal reluctance. Prepare for Gale to request a magic item. Karlak's the main one that has a actual thing to do now. Well, and Lae'zel, but Lae'zel's can wait longer than Karlak's can. So let's get our sleep in. Partial rest up to half their maximum. The fact that we have 390, I won't skip out. This isn't a rest that I super needed because I could have done a short rest, but yeah, honestly, we're not
My faith will guide
down
me.
much, are we? We're down one level 2 spell slot from her.
No one stopped me.
I might just do a partial rest and then throw a short rest or a song of rest for the rest of my health. You didn't have enough for him? You only had the gloves of power and decided he could stay hungry? Yeah, I'm actually going to legit just do a partial rest here. Not that I super need to be conservative, but just because I don't... it feels like a waste. It still counts story-wise for long rest progression, which I think is important. I just heard barking. He came!
Yes?
Look, there's a doggo! You don't care. Okay, fine.
I should speak up.
Oh, I need to... We'll pet him. Gale approves, Shadowheart approves, Will approves, Karlak approves. Just half the party sees man, pet dog, and think, yeah. Let's get Speak with Animals going.
Have to keep going.
Hope you're keeping well, friend.
I'm sorry about what happened to your master.
Master? Friend. I stayed with him until I knew he was gone. I'll never forget him. But I'm glad to have met you.
Is this weird when we can talk? No, you still make dog noises. Okay, good. Astarion and Lae'zel are the unfeeling fuckers, yeah. Yeah, everybody's still sore. It said up to half your maximum, so it means... It doesn't mean you can heal that much, it means you can't heal over that amount, which is a bit of a shame, but I can just hit this button.
Oh, that took the edge off.
And everybody's full. Now we're back. I also want to cast Detect Thoughts. So we could go back north and towards Karlak's paladins, or we could tie up this loose end with the goblin. I kind of want to do the goblin thing because it's the last thing in this area before properly heading out. But we'll probably do Karlak stuff earlier than other ventures because it's companion related. And we can also maybe search north. North in general may be a good place to start because it's got Lae'zel's thing as well. But I want to stop putting off this possibly ill-advised rescue of a goblin. Was there anything to like speaking with dead on him?
in lingua mortuum.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
Is there anything valuable around here?
Bruno and
Who were they? I mean, we've met them, but still.
sister, brother, my job to protect them.
What were you doing here?
Looking for a weapon. The absolute.
What do you know about this weapon?
Crashed from the sky, taken by infidels.
What can you tell me about the Absolute?
Do not fight her. Power, such power.
The spell's power wanes. You can ask no more questions.
Allows it to answer up to 5 questions. We're going to fight her. Yeah. And I still reckon this is the exit of the underground passage. Because it coincides with where you're supposed to escort her out. Hello. Okay, good. Yep, that's good. That scared me. That scared me. I thought perhaps you weren't allowed back in after you'd left. Should we do a pass of the underground before we escort the goblin through? Yeah, that's an option. Another option is to take her with us. I thought I saw goblins down there. So my thought was, hey, maybe she can fucking negotiate, but maybe not.
Need anything else?
Huh. So if I use the trade window, I get a lot more shit. Or no, it's just sorted. These are the things I fed to him. I'm just looking, I want to see if there's, like, Gale edibles in his inventory. Doesn't look like it. But that's strange, because you'd think there would be. More specifically, though, we have some random shit to sell now. I probably don't need all those potion-y things. Thanks. Jeez, scared the shit out of me. That was just somebody attacking a training dummy. Alright, well... we can bring her with us now, or we can just go in ourselves. It might be a good idea to go in ourselves, even if we do get into a fight with goblins. Bringing her with us might be awkward if we run into druids. I would like to do this without angering the druids. But if we look over here...
She'll kill us dead if we go back without it.
We'll get the druid talking. Grove's got to be full of magic. That's why I've been stabbing all the rats. Might be spies.
Yeah, so this is very definitely a pack of goblins.
Pretty stubborn for a man.
I don't think killing them will get us into any trouble.
We should set the whole grove on fire.
But I do wonder what happens if we bring Sazza to them. From a more... From a tactical point of view, bringing her to these guys might turn them into a goblin raiding party, and suddenly we're you know, suddenly we're siding with them fully. Whereas killing them and then just bringing her through quietly means we've helped one goblin, not,
Let's find another one.
you know. So let's just go. Let's probably fight them and or scare them off and bring Sazza through a cleared out passage rather than, because yeah, well, we might be able to diplomacy that may not turn out to be a good thing that we do so.
Glowing eyes are rarely a good sign. Best be
Whoa! Oh god! Back a sec, back a sec, back a sec, back a second. What tends to kill her? The trap? The glowing eyes? How much health does she have? Nine. Oh dear me.
Let's see. Glowing eyes are rarely a good sign. Best be careful.
Well, it has 65 health. You need to hit it with 10 damage to hit it properly.
Let's get on with it.
What about Shatter? Do I still have that? Or find a way to shut it off. Yeah, I just didn't see anything jumping out at me.
Still breathing, despite everything.
No sign of the others yet. Do you think the fight up front went bad?
That is probably it.
Bosses whip you for talking that way.
Can he sneak through without being seen by the defense system? Not if everybody's following you, stop it.
He's boring. Let's find another one.
Could wake him up by chopping off a curb. That'd be
I may have done it. Well, that's off. Ooh. Findle, 1 out of 22 unconscious. If he's a druid, I don't want him to see me freeing a goblin. There's another rune there. I don't know if this is active or not, but it seems to not be glowing anymore. Okay, if there's a living druid that we can save, let's save them. And then bring the goblin through later when they're not watching.
Might be spies.
Play both sides, play both sides, play both sides.
Did some bleeding arts show up to save the druid? I'll cut you to pieces. Kill him!
Yes, but I don't like to surprise attack in a video game because of the fact that I kind of want to see the dialogue. Also, surprise attacking someone makes you the aggressor. Sadly, Astarion's not going first. These two will, but one of them will go after him.
On the move.
You can go this far. $66 damage, but look at these guys' health. This isn't the sort of combat where we need to be super powerful. Like, I was thinking of casting a spell for fun, but honestly, I don't know that I need to. What would be the range of this? Not enough. But I like that it shows me. Yeah, if I were to cast this, I would mostly just kill Findle. So let's just have her shoot someone. There's 4 of them. Attack Sharp Eye Gurza. Or hell, you could Healing Word the druid, actually. That's, yeah, do that. Because they might kill him. Now he's up. He's not healthy, but he's up. And you can still attack. Right. Because bonus actions, of course. Critical miss. Not great. Tracker Tarek used ranged attack on Shadowheart. Tracker Tarek needs 18 to hit. They rolled a 23. Choose how to react. I can use a Cutting Words, but it's not likely to help. Because I'd need a 6 to get them to 17. So that'd be a 1 in 6 chance of it having an effect. So I think she's going to have to... yeah, I'm going to not react to that. However, you can Missile Snare. Do that! Reduces damage from a ranged weapon by 1d10 plus your dex modifier, and if you reduce it to 0, you catch the arrow, don't you? Nothing. Yeah, perfect. And you missed too on an ensnaring strike. Delightful.
Keep them guessing.
Do you have a ranged sneak attack on any of these guys? You do. You have the initiative advantage. But you can only use it on the warrior. That's cool, he's the healthiest one. Is it worth dash bonus action to get into melee range for it? I'm going to say no, because then he's going to be ahead on his own with no Karlak to back him up. Could have Karlak dash in, though. Could also kill the druid. Nah, it isn't flanking. It's assassinate initiative. It's because this character has not acted in the combat yet. We could still let you dash to get you even closer, but... Hide?
Now they see me.
Yeah. But Warrior Gresh could see you. This one's lowering his high ground for some reason. What? I'm allowed to Cutting Words the enemy? I guess that's because Findle is not an ally, but a neutral party. That's interesting. I could choose to fuck up the Thunderwave, but I'm not gonna. Oh, he's dead. That was great. Well done, Findle. We still got EXP for that too, so you know it's good. Yeah, exactly. We still get the EXP. Let's bring Karlak in. I want to see how far she can move. Yeah, not enough is the answer. She can rage on a bonus action, but for what? Does that increase her movement speed? No.
Under their noses.
Yeah, basically dashing in is all that we can do, so we'll have her do that. Though by the time she gets another turn, everything might be dead. She can't actually melee anybody. She can only come into the swampy bit here. She can... No, you'd need... It is a bonus action, but the frenzy... She'd need a second bonus action to do it. Damn. Does it give you exhaustion when rage runs out in this game? I know that's a thing in D&D where barbarians like need to sleep a lot after they rage. Let's activate it, whatever. Maybe we can get her to throw something next turn. Whoa! Well, she's out, unfortunately. Hopefully someone shoots at her.
Can't even catch my breath.
We don't need to go in any further. The only one we struggle to hit is that one. We could heal the druid up further to keep him extra safe. I think that's a good idea. I don't think we really need to do a spell, though. I think we just shoot people. Shadowheart can go further in. Though, honestly, she's better with the crossbow. Like, there isn't a lot of reason to have her go melee. Yeah, I just say keep shooting for now. Dead. Now this one we cutting words.
You act a fighter, but a fool's a fool.
I don't think we have any sneak attack options on these fellas. Unless we can hide against them.
Leave no trace.
No, it still doesn't work. Yeah, we'll just shoot someone. It's 2 level 1 goblins. I think we're fine now. Fuck you. Where, ha-ha.
Smell blood.
Alright, now I want to do something silly. First off, can we loot you for free? $3, a great axe, an acid vial, and a pot lid. Whatever. Can I? What do you mean target is too close? I want to throw him at him. Oh, too high? Wow, Astarion's too heavy to throw? Target is too far. I can't throw him. I can't throw Warrior Gresh at my enemies. That's a shame. Okay, fine. Well, she can't reach him either, so she'll have to shoot, unfortunately. You may as well reckless attack. Where's that? Seriously, where is that? Is that melee only? Oh, there it is. No, it is melee. Okay, well. Our last enemy's upstairs, so not a lot we can do. If we had an extra bonus attack action on that one turn, we could have tried something cool with the body, but...
Time to push my luck again.
Alas.
On my way.
There we go. So how are you, Findle?
No one back home will ever believe this.
Oh, thank you, thank you. I thought I was gonna die down here.
There's no one looking for you.
No. I'd still be outside gathering herbs if I didn't run into the goblins. I must tell the others what happened. I step careful. There are traps in these tunnels.
Are there?
And thank you again.
Uh-huh. Is that it? Oh, okay, bye. Fuck. Right. Cool. Yeah, hopefully not.
What's in here?
I think he won't. But hopefully not. We got everybody else looted. Stuff over there, stuff to the south. Dead human. God.
Just out of view. On my way.
Oh, no, stop it! Stop it! We're gonna get fucking hurt! Stop it! Stop being there! Morons. No, I really do think that when you hit the hide button, it should automatically ungroup the character. I don't think that, like, you could say, oh, well, of course they're gonna follow you, they're supposed to follow you, you're grouped. Yeah, but I hid. I hid, and I think it should be considered a no-brainer that when you hit the hide button, everybody else either hides too or stays put. You shouldn't have to specify that you want that. It shouldn't be a two-click thing. Where's my damn song arrest bullshit? Bard.
Time to see what new horror's waiting for us.
Still alive. So that's progress.
There we are.
I don't need any attention right now.
You're too high.
Let's see what you're...
Oh, we shouldn't do it with him. I should do it with him.
Keep a blade close.
Starry man. I know you can jump. Is it because Shadowheart's in the fucking way? Or is it because you're hiding? No, he's not hiding.
Let's keep to the shadows.
Shadowheart, would you get out of the fucking way? Because we jumped across there a second ago and everybody did it.
Quietly now.
Yeah, now we can. It's because she was in the way.
Gently.
We can sneak attack the statue. There's a second one. Oh, giant one. But yeah, I wonder whether these being... Oh, hang on. There's an actual reason to go down here. I wonder whether turning these off is bad. In the event of an attack. At the very least, this one. Well, yeah, let's leave it how we found it. The other one we need off for Saz's sake, but. God! Stop it! Fine, I'll pick the fucking chest up. Run. The chest is burning. How do we sleep while our chest is burning? A bloodstone. Three die. Oh, an elixir of fire resistance. Isn't that nice? Okay.
Wonder if the gods are watching me.
Starion, have a fucking healing word, I'd bloody guess. There's another rune there, but for the life of me I don't see the statue. There it is.
Can't risk being in open view. Seems simple enough.
Thieves' tools, nothing. Potion of glorious vaulting.
What's hiding here?
Trap disarm kit, nice. Let's give all these to Starry Man and that. Potion of drugs.
Step carefully. There's a trap.
There's a trap, but we did just unlock it with the charred key.
Shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting times.
Do you... Invalid target. I think
is that blood?
The key is enough.
Never mind.
Hopefully. Nature's snare. Can Gale eat that? It's a quarterstaff, which is not really for any of us. Another trap disarm kit inside the trapped chest. That's what I call irony. Gale cannot eat the stick. Why not, motherfucker? Several oil barrels here. I wonder if those are related to the trap.
Never wanted the easy path.
Go down here, stone door. I don't know where this leads. Could be an offshoot. Oh!
Be wary. This place is trapped.
What now?
We are in the Enclave. This is a back entrance. There's two of these. We maybe want to just pile on. Total bonus could be up to 18, though. Even then, you need to roll a 12. Let's take the advantage 2. Oh, that actually lowers it, because you don't get guidance. I think it's better, though. Yeah. Total bonus +8. You'd need a crit. Straight up. He's not supposed to do those. I think I quick saved on that. At least I hope I did, because I pressed quick load. Watch me suddenly go back because I was an idiot and did not remember when my quick saves were. I've done that. We saw that in Shadow Tactics. I'd reload and I'd be like, wait, that's not where I expected to reload. It is. Okay, well, evidently disarming that is
looking ahead.
Heavily unlikely. Well, this wasn't pickable, was it?
Come on, open up.
I can't even see a lock to pick.
It's an alternate entrance, but... Oh, and that looks weird. That looks so weird. But I don't actually know how one would get in. Just traps that aren't going to cut it.
At the ready.
We'll leave them armed. Probably a good thing that they're there for goblin intruders. Leave these ones disarmed though, because Sazza will come through. And yeah, from the looks it's as simple as going out through this stone path. So let's go get her. With Findle rescued, yeah, and I do wonder what happens if you approach these guys with Sazza, because presumably you don't rescue Findle in that case.
Cursed to put my hands on everything. Nope, she's still free. What's up for discussion?
Ready to go meet my tribe? Just say the word.
Alright.
Happily. Lead the way.
Karlak, not fond of your goblin fraternizing. You alright there, Carly?
Well, hello.
You're not Carly.
Yeah?
No? Okay. Why do you know that, Guan? Did you look it up out of curiosity? Since they are all dead, I will tell you that the goblins talk more, but attack anyway. That's interesting. Wonder why. How you doing, Saz?
Bloody thieves everywhere. We moving or what?
You know I am one, right? Like, you know that. You can see that.
Thought I was never gonna get out of there. Good to be free again, gotta say.
Gratitude doesn't help me. Tell me about the priestess.
I'll introduce you to my whole tribe and put in a good word for you. See you at the camp.
Okay. Because, yeah, my idea is, and I don't fully know how this works, but quite often when you have, like, a good guy camp and a bad guy camp in a game like this that lets you pick, playing too fucking pure-hearted generally results in the bad guy camp being a dungeon. You don't really talk to many people. You're outwardly and openly and obviously opposed to them, and you end up fighting everybody. And I don't like that because it means that you miss out on all the content that was curated for there. Whereas if you play evil, chances are, because you meet the good guys first, you're not going to attack them. You're still going to get their content even if you betray them in the end. Whereas you get to the bad guy camp and you meet them too. Now, that doesn't mean I'm wanting to play evil and be the goblin's #1 friend. I just mean that I don't want to approach them with my sword out. I want to meet as much of both sides as possible and then be like, alright, well, at the end of the day, I've heard you out, but you're still bad pieces of shit, so now we're gonna fight. But yeah, a good way to not get into immediate conflict when we reach the goblin camp is to have made at least one olive branch there. And by doing it that way, I was able to do it without being observed or proven. And that's the other thing, yeah, it's like when I played Fallout 1, it's a very old game, the end game areas, you can assault them, but you miss out on a very interesting conversation with Tony J if you do. If you're wondering what I'm doing now, I'm looking for Findle. Because I reckon there'd be something to talk about with him.
Hey, soldier.
Sorry, not you. Everybody onto the platform, though, please. Thank you. Now, will he be inside, or will he be wandering around outside? Volo's gone.
You're curious. You got a great many odors about you. What happened to you?
I'll tell him.
He listens, rapt, hanging on every word. As you near the end of your tale, you see his attention drift as he licks his lips, thinking about something else entirely. Bear is preoccupied with a shiny pebble. Your presence goes unnoticed.
So he listened for a while. But we did bore him in the end. Oh. I don't see Findle. Perhaps he's inside.
Again?
Guess not. Thought maybe we'd talk to her about our encounter with Karga. There he is.
Oh, my saviour. I wish you could have visited in better times.
Well, sure glad I went out of my way to talk to you.
I wish I could offer more assistance. For now, I hope to see but
Karga, you gonna be grateful to me for saving one of your men?
Why are you here? I sent you to Zevlor.
Zevlor sent me. His people won't survive out there. Maybe let's not push her, but this is an option. Now that I see it.
They may die on the road. They will die if they stay. A clear choice, I would say.
Well, that was a threat. I don't like her. Or her rats.
Rat doesn't respond.
I don't know why there's a letter in her chest that appears to be written by this rat.
Rat watches your move.
This means one of two things. Either this rat has been given the name of someone she associates with, or, as we are in a druid enclave, this rat isn't a rat. That is a level 5 rat, excuse me. Those 3 rats are all level 5. Okay, I didn't notice that. Well done. Oh wow, they really do fast travel you, quick. Let's go to this one though, because this is the closer one. Anyway, we're free of our Saza obligations. I think, as a general idea, so we've got Investigate Karga in the far south, Auntie Ethel in the southwest, the Goblin Camp is over here, the Night Song and Druid Halson and the Goblin Priestess are over here. So the Goblin Camp must just be very big. We've got the Githyanki Kresh and the, Karlak problem. I think we should start north and do companion stuff, and I also think we should investigate Karga before we go deeper into Goblin Town. You could also check out Auntie Ethel. Basically, I think we should do Goblin stuff as late as possible, because that to me feels like it's the central conflict. So we should poke around at the sides. I feel like once we're doing the Goblin Camp stuff, we're doing the unskippable stuff. And it is my usual method in any game to prioritize side stuff over main stuff all the time. Purely because that's the safest way to not miss anything that you could have gotten value out of. Yeah, druids work that way in D&D. Druids turn into something else and they use the health bar of that something else. When that health bar is depleted, they turn back into themselves and their health bar is untouched, except when the last attack has bleed over damage. Anyway, so we have this bridge that we haven't crossed, we have this spot to the south that we haven't taken, we've instead gone north. We've explored this clearing, we've explored this area with Karlak. That's as far as we've gone. Let's go up this way this time, just to fill it out. Now that I have a better idea as to the size and shape of this area.
More for me.
Something's up there. There's a building. Ruins, actually. Okay. We won't go there yet. Rosalka had turned into a cat. Her friend decided to yeet the cat and did enough damage to unwild shape her into a cutscene. Okay. Alright, so this is actually the other side of the bridge. Makes sense. I would rather encounter this area by crossing the bridge, I think, rather than skipping the bridge. We just gained 60 XP and I don't know why. We can actually walk up through that, climbing those knotted roots, but no, we won't.
Something over there.
A rocky crevice and a beehive. Yeah, this little scratch clearing seems mostly isolated except for its proximity to this broken-ass town. And there's a few ways up, no, maybe not that one, but...
Not a chance I'll fit in there.
We could send a mage hand in there. We need a potion of shrinking. Ah, that's the way to the... What? Okay, let's go back to the owlbear cave. How do I leave? The mage hand is stuck in here. That's okay. The rest of us will go join it. That eventually happens. No idea the trigger. I've been gone 5 minutes!
On my way.
Did they... What? I mean, I assume it doesn't happen if you kill the owlbear. But...
I'll give it a shot.
Seemed to do pretty well for itself. That was a lot of dead, whatever they were, as goblins. They looked small. Can I speak with dead the owl? No. No, it's true. You can't use it on an animal. Even if you have speak with animals, you can't double it. Which can frankly fuck off.
Goblins got to her.
She deserved better than that.
I like how we have to specify that these goblin weapons are goblin weapons. Like, what is it about the weapon that makes it goblin-y? Is it the roughness? Ah, the eggs here. That's how you have the egg without killing the... Oh, I'm gonna sell that. I'm sorry.
An owlbear egg. These are supposed to be worth a fortune.
It's been put into my food pack. Let's get it out of there. For different reasons than yours, but nonetheless. I think 750 gold is worth more than 40 supplies. It's good enough that we got the pork loin. And these! Good lord! Oh wait, no, that's just mine, isn't it? Yeah. I thought that was on one of the goblins. But no, that's just my pack. Okay. It really isn't that much. Like, we have 4 rests worth of just actual proper supply kits, and then the rest of it is spread out among these. 17 raspberries. There's a short sword as well. But that's from the skeleton.
No traps,
What
please.
did the owlbear have? Broken spear. That was what had injured it before, I think. Combine? With what? The rest of the spear? I wouldn't know how to find the rest. We already found the rest. Would I have kept it? He's empty.
What's your bag?
You don't have it, do you?
I wonder what the next move is.
All right. What now?
I don't think I would have kept it. I probably sold it when I went back to Aaron or whatever his name is. I don't think it's terribly important. Oh, Edwin.
I'm ready. Whatever it takes.
That was a while ago.
Yes, let's.
No time to rest.
Well, if I didn't take it, then he might have it, but if I did, I probably sold it or junked it.
What path lies before me?
Well, hang on a minute. Is there an obvious leader here? It says I can recast it, but it doesn't actually let me. Because it's coming from the item, I think. Are we that interested in the goddamn spear?
Seems simple enough.
Where is the man again? Seriously, where is the man again? There.
Open up.
He's not empty. Shaft of a broken spear. I did not take it. Head of a broken spear. Oh. Worth 20 and worth 15. So it's these together are worth 35. These combined... Ooh, okay, maybe... It's worth 330. It is Vision of the Absolute. Gale can't eat it, unfortunately. Absolute Night. Blinds targets that fail a dex save. Deals an additional 2 to 12 piercing damage to certain creatures. Sports multiple sets of eyes. Well, I like it for its value. I don't know that it's a weapon I would give. I don't know that we're much for using thrown spears, but okay. Thank you for prompting me on that. That was a good idea. I would have absolutely ignored it were I left to my own devices. Just a stabbing stick that blinds on hit is pretty decent. Hmm. What the fuck are you lit up for? Because I can talk to him? Recast speak with dead. Hi, we're taking care of your dog.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
5 questions. What happened to you?
Pack of gnolls, claws, teeth.
Why were you in the forest?
Letters, delivery to Baldur's Gate.
I think we've already taken the letters. But where did you keep them?
In bank, standard issue.
Means one of these we can't. Well, we know he's a mailman, so we don't need to ask his profession. Where are you from?
From Trail.
And who are you?
Gumwick.
The spell's power wanes. You can ask no more questions.
Shame we couldn't ask him if his dog's a good boy. I suppose we don't need the answer to that.
Let's have a look.
The berry bushes don't regrow. Bullshit. Did we get everything out of that bucket of fish? Because it doesn't look like it. We did. It just constantly looks filled to bursting with fish. Shame. We don't actually have time to do much more than this, but let's cross the water again. We arrive at the Risen Road. There's a pathway off to the left. Which looks to lead further along the river. We're going to stick to the northeast. Karlak's quest is in that direction. A dead toll collector. And we can talk to him. Looks like this is the entrance to Karlach's quest, though there is a bridge. Can I move the map? Yeah. We could go up the stairs and across the bridge to them, or we can climb this ladder to them. Across the bridge is the definitely more straightforward way. That's some dead gnolls. But going up here, we could go up and in through the back of the building. That might be a fun way to surprise Karlach's foes. Where are my fucking friends?
There's no time to waste.
If there's no time to waste, why are you sat at a fucking river? And why, pray wanking tell, is it always fucking you? And you're even further, you dick. No, come back, you wankers!
Paladins I need to stop. I'm that away.
I know, I'm trying to go there!
All's well that ends. Well, not as bad as it could have.
Stop going back!
Have a lot on my mind. And, well, in it.
Hey, we're still going after those paladins, right?
Literally
Can't
right
leave
now.
Zariel's bruisers roaming the coast. Good news. Can't wait to see them finished.
Breathe deep and move.
I guess it's a trigger because we're heading away from the area, but... let's talk to him before we steal his stuff.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
How did you die?
Jumped. To escape. Broken.
And who are you?
Vance. Toll collector.
Scum then, right. Where were you going?
Anywhere. Away. Safety.
That's not where you wound up. You got anything good on you?
Gold. Basement. Locked.
So where's the key?
I fell. Dropped key.
The spell's power wanes. You can ask no more questions.
We already have the key. Good. Why are you crouching around? When did I tell you to hide? Whatever, keep doing it, it's funny. Yeah, so the paladins are in here. I didn't kill him. I was casting Speak with Dead on him. He was dead when I found him. Why does that... Why do I suddenly feel like I'm being interrogated? God, I literally had to pull out the he was dead when I found him. That's not a good sign. When you're up to he was dead when I found him, that's when you have... Speaking of dead when you found him, Jesus fucking Christ. but there has been some business going on here. Anyway, tomorrow night we're gonna explore this building. I think I like the idea of just crawling up this ladder and just going in the not so what the hell? Hey, how are you? Right, so we can't sneak all the way up because there's a person there, but we'll be able to talk to her then, I fucking guess. Nope, she's back in. Well, somewhere in here are some paladins of Tyr that are not actually paladins of Tyr. Maybe they're responsible for all of the, festivities. But yeah, that'll be tomorrow. We'll go up this ladder tomorrow. For now, I finally got the goblin rescued. I finally got Karlach sorted. And what else did we do? We spent ages talking to our companions. Will has gotten hornier, as has Shadowheart, for different reasons. Yes. Don't you have work tomorrow? And by tomorrow I mean in like 4 hours. You know, it sort of turns around in on itself eventually. Like, I am unironically having naps at midnight now. Not on stream days. When I don't stream, I have a nap when I would normally stream. And it is a nap because I sleep for like 2 hours maximum. And I get back up and continue to live the night, and then sleep properly during the day. On Christmas Day I have to be up during normal person hours, and my unironic plan is to just go to bed at 11 PM and see how long I can remain asleep for. Well, there you go, yeah. This is why Mew and I work very well, because we both reject the same social norms, such as when one's eyes should be open. You had a D&D game once that ran 10 PM to 2 AM and you slept on both sides of it. The fact that you did a tabletop stream with me for a year at my schedule is enough of indication of your commitment to that. But anyway, fare thee well. Tomorrow there'll be more of this.